Hi, good morning. Today is Wednesday, May 27th. It's good to see you again. I just got done watching all of the videos that have been posted so far of yesterday's task, and they were so good. And you think, well, I mean, they weren't good. Like, it's not interesting to watch you make a sandwich, but it's so interesting to watch you, and then to hear your observations of that experience. So, a lot of you talked about what I was hoping you were going to get out of this assignment, which is a stark realization about the detrimental effects of adrenaline on our system. So a lot of you talked about hands shaking and holding your breath, which is like the number one thing that we do, right? And feeling tense. Some of you veered into the narrative of what you were feeling. It felt awkward, I felt strange, that kind of thing. That's okay. But you're going to find throughout the semester that I'm going to really try to steer you back to describing your physical experience. And that's for a couple of different reasons. One of them is sometimes our physical experience that we're having will create an imaginary experience, and then it can take us down like these weird dark roads. When you dive into acting and really any performing arts, it's a very vulnerable thing that we're doing, and it causes a lot of really strong feelings, and it can sometimes feel like we're breaking ourselves open, or we're rediscovering parts about ourselves or our memories that we didn't really want to rediscover. And it can get kind of dark, but that's because of the body-brain connection, which is really like the same thing. They're not two things. If we have a physical experience, our mind will often attach a narrative to it. For example, just hold your breath for a second. All of a sudden, I'm holding my breath, and it gets to the point where my body needs air, and panic strikes. And then my brain goes, "Oh, you're panicked about paying your bills. You're panicked about making sure you get this assignment posted on time. You're panicked about what these other people think of me." I don't want to go down that road. I just want to stay with the physical experience that I'm having. Keep it healthy. Keep it sane. The second reason I asked you to do this and to have you become keenly aware of what adrenaline does to you is because I want you to know that there's something to be done about it. A lot of you, or some of you are theater majors, which is great. Some of you are theater majors, but you're not actors, but you have some kind of knowledge of what it is to perform. Some of you are taking this class to push your own boundaries, to become better public speakers, to find ways to get up and speak to a room full of people when you become a manager somewhere someday, when you own your own business, whatever. It's all kind of the same thing. And it's so important that we figure out, A, that sometimes adrenaline is totally out of our control. B, adrenaline affects us physically, which C, affects the way we communicate. D, there's something we can do about it. I'm not going to go too much into it right now because it's something that will just be peppered throughout the rest of the semester. But what I always talk about is actors, human beings, need to have ways to deal with their tension in their life, in rehearsal, and in performance. That's my little rainbow. So when I'm talking about ways to deal with your tension in your life, I'm talking about things like making sure you get 8 hours of sleep. If you're not sleeping well, you become startled really easily. You are quick to lose your temper or to become emotional. Your emotions, which are a physical experience, kind of get out of your control if you're sleep deprived. Moving your body in a way that accelerates your heart rate and demands more oxygen from you for 20 or 30 minutes a day. Yoga, running, walking, dancing, cycling, whatever it is, some kind of physical activity that stresses the body in a really healthy way that actually creates when you're stressing your body in a healthy, safe way, your body creates a response to kind of bring you back down to normal. So one of the things that I noticed back when I was a runner before my knees got crappy is that it wasn't that I could run farther and faster every week. It was that my recovery time became much more reasonable. I wasn't knocked out for a day. It was like, 20 minutes after my run, I was ready to go for a walk with the kids or whatever. So when you stress your body a little bit, your body will actually create ways to help you regulate and modulate that reaction to adrenaline. So, getting enough sleep, getting enough exercise. I'm a real big proponent of mindfulness meditation, which is a little bit of what you did. Just being aware of what it is to be you right now in this moment. The room's kind of warm. I can hear the computer running. My phone just beeped. The sweats that I'm wearing are a little scratchy on my legs. That kind of thing. What is it to be you right now in this moment? Being mindfully aware of what you're feeling at any given moment. So that's how you deal with tension in your life. And then we'll talk more throughout the semester of what you can do to deal with the tension of right before you go into an audition room or in a rehearsal room where you're with a director that you really love and you're in a part that you feel like you're in over your head, and every time you go on stage, your heart just starts to race. Well, I want to give you one thing to do that you're going to use this time before you record your next task. You're going to inhale for 3 or 4 seconds, and then you're going to exhale for double that, so 6 or 8 seconds. So it looks something like this. Exhaling for twice as long as you inhale will automatically bring down your heart rate. It automatically triggers this comforting response, and your body just kind of regulates itself. So you're going to figure out your task, you're going to rehearse it, then you're going to decide which one you're going to record. And before you record, I just want you to spend 30, 45 seconds, maybe 60 if you feel like you've got the time, inhaling and exhaling for twice as long as you inhaled. Just see how that works for you. Okay, so that was your first task. Today, there are 2 different tasks. I'm going to post 2 more videos. So it's like a task day 2A and day 2B. So we're really building on what you did yesterday. And it occurred to me last night that I'm asking you all to make sandwiches, and some of you may not have stuff to make sandwiches in your home. So I'm going to offer you the option of doing whatever task you want. And I want it to be something that you just do in your regular day. Writing a paper, sending an email. I don't want it to be something that's really passive, like scrolling through Twitter. It's not going to give you quite the same thing. I want it to be something that you do. Cleaning the kitchen, sweeping the floor, curling your hair, brushing your teeth, whatever. Or go ahead and make a sandwich. But we're going to create a moment before. So go watch task 2A, and then after you do that task, you're going to do task 2B. Yeah? Make sense? Okay, see you there.